Hi guys, and welcome back to the BN Golf channel. Today I will be talking about what was in my bag during 2019 and what I might be looking for to change or add during 2020. I promise you though that there will be something weird and surprising in my bag. Look out for that later in the video. So first off, before we can start with what's in the bag, I'm showing you the bag itself, which is a tailor-made tour bag specified for the venue of the Open in 2019. Which was organized at Royal Portrush. And honestly, I just love this bag. I know it's probably not the most convenient to take everywhere, as it's quite big and it takes up some decent amount of trunk space in the car, but it just inspires me to play every time I look at it. Besides, it's quite useful on the course. I like the big 6-way dividers for the clubs, which makes putting in and taking out clubs very easy, and the 12 pockets in various sizes prove to be very handy as well. Also, the quality of the bag is top notch, and the use of some very nice materials just delivers that very sweet finishing touch. There's also lots and lots of small references to Royal Portrush which are awesome. Like the year 1951, which was the year in which the 80th Open Championship was held at Royal Portrush for the very first time. The insides of the pockets are also full of nice memorabilia. Anyway, that's enough about the bag. Let's discover what's inside it. So as you can see here, I'm currently playing Callaway wedges. These are the first clubs I bought when I started playing a good 2 years ago. Back then, I was only playing on a rabbit's course to see if I actually liked the game. So when I started, I bought 3 Callaway McDaddy forged wedges in a 50, a 54 and a 60-degree loft. They came standard off the rack with a stiff flex, and to be honest, I still love them. I got very used to them, and especially the 54 degree I tend to use a lot. I also have them gripped with some Golf Pride multi-compounds in mid-size, as I have very big hands. I might be looking to change these when they are warm, but more on the potential changes later in the video. Next up are my irons, which I got fitted for last summer. Previously I had some Callaway steelheads, but after my first year I started to feel that I needed something else, so I gave them to my father to get him into golf as well, and got myself a set of tailor-made P790s. I absolutely love these irons. They look great, they have a nice feel, and they perform just the way I want them to perform. Overall, I'm very happy that I got these. I got the pitching wedge to the 4 iron, and they're all fitted with the KBS Tour stiff shaft, as well as the Golf Pride mid-size grips again. I also have a 2 iron in my bag, which was my go-to club before I used the driver. I played a good year and a half without a 3-wood or a driver, so I used to use a 2 iron off the tee most of the time. Anyway, this 2 iron I got at Golf Bidder, which I really recommend to look on if you're looking for a specific club. They have great bargains. It's a Callaway 18 degree lofted X-Forged utility iron, of which I have had the lie adjusted a tiny bit, but overall has performed brilliantly for the rest. So as I said before, at about 11 handicap, I really felt like I was missing distance from the tee in order to have a look at some easy pars or even birdies. So I got myself fitted for a 3-wood and a driver, which have turned out to be tailor-made M6s. The 3-wood I got in a 14 degree setup, so it's actually the 3-wood plus, and for the shaft I have gone for the Hazardous Smoke Black in extra stiff flex to get my spin numbers and my launch a bit down. For now, there are still standard mid-size grips on the 3-wood as well as on the driver, but as said before, I might be looking into changing all my grips. The driver I tried to send bombs with is the TaylorMade M6 in the 9 degree version, with the loft even further cranked down by the hosel. Despite the lack of a good sound, I really like the way this driver is performing for me, and since I started using it out on the course, I have seen my handicap drop further from 11 to the 7.4 I am at now. The last club which we still need to address is the putter. Here I picked an older model, which is the Odyssey O-Works tank putter, but it really seems to suit my eye, and I feel like I have good control over the putter in general. I have tried the Odyssey 2-ball version, but with this one I felt like I really couldn't control the pace of the swing, although this is obviously very personal. So what else do I carry around in my ginormous bag? The towel I'm using I got as a season price last summer in my new home club, so I'm using it with some degree of proudness. I mean, you can only be Rookie of the Year once, right? The golf balls I tend to use during golf rounds are maybe a bit of a surprise, but I really like the feel and the look of the Volvic Vivids, the matte version that is. To be honest, I haven't really been testing out all golf balls to see which one suits me the best, maybe a TP5 or a Pro V1 or better, but for now I feel comfortable with my red Christmas-like balls, which stand out and are always easily found. To measure my distance to the flag or some hazards, I use a Bushnell Tour V4. This is just as good or decent as any other rangefinder, I guess, and has proven to be a loyal caddy for distances. Now I will show you what might be a surprise in the golf bag. It's dry shampoo, for blondes, and I'm not even a blonde. Well, this has proven to be one of the best training aids there is out there, and while I keep showing you some other stuff that's in my bag, I will explain why dry shampoo made it into my bag. It is used to spray on your club face, on which it leaves a white layer. And after you've hit a couple of balls, you can then really start to see a pattern on your club face of where you typically make contact. This really helps while practicing for a more solid strike or to figure out why something goes wrong. I know some people refer to foot spray or Dactyrin spray for the same purpose, but dry shampoo is way cheaper, easier to come by, and does exactly the same thing. And while I keep showing you some other stuff that's in my bag, I will now address some potential changes during 2020. First off, I might be looking to change my grips from the multi-compounds to the Align model of Golf Pride, as I have tested these and really like the feel of the line running along my fingers when I grip a club. Secondly, I will probably put my 2-iron on sale and get myself the utility iron of the P790s shafted with the same shaft as I use on my woods. And while at the moment I am very happy with my putter, maybe over time I might test out the TaylorMade Spider X because the reviews have been great and I really like the way it looks. Finally, I will definitely add a Garmin G80 to the bag very soon, as I believe the ball tracking function of this device will be key in my training schedule for the 2020 season. I will post a separate video on all its functions and with an honest review. So golfing peeps, don't forget that if you like my content, please do leave a like or consider subscribing, as I will be posting more golf related content over time. For now, thanks for watching and until next time.